Here at Castlebridge, same as any other layout I expect, we have wires all in the wrong place, hanging down, looking terrible. And of course I use my under the layout for storage. So what I've actually done here, I expect everybody else does it, I've used sticky tabs to hold things up out of the way. So this is going to be a shelf here, and this is going to be a shelf here, so sticky tabs holding everything up. And now the moving shelf, it doesn't slide on anything, it's just resting on the bearers, and of course I've got edges around it so that I can take it away and work on it. And this is the one on the left hand side with bits and pieces in it. Just keeping it where I want, and the cables all out. I've now completed my double slip, the first one on here, hand operated, using the same systems I used on my lift out section, which is the pivot bar. Just like that, and it's all controlled by this little push pull here. And at the other end of the track I have the same operation again, just a normal bar or the metal bent, and again very simple, and it pulls that at the same time. Now one other thing that I have done, I had problems with this particular engine, and this engine was great until you got on certain points, then it decided it wasn't great, and this is what I did. Just using normal piano wire, I managed to jam in. I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can. Yes. Now, so I managed to jam in that piece of wire there that ran along, and I managed to put it across that bit. Really wish I could see what I was doing. Across that bit, and then jammed it under that bit so it touched that wheel. And I did exactly the same on this side. Now at that point, where it's a funny colour next to the cog, I put some super glue and it didn't work, but the jam just seemed to have jammed it on, and now she runs beautifully, not a flicker, nothing at all. And the main reason is because I did notice that sometimes these wheels were moving like that and coming away from their pickups, but now they don't. Look at that, a camera lens. Sorry. I've had a couple of tricky point problems where this particular point I've never been able to get it sort of quite right, but now, thank goodness, I have solved it. And I just solved it by sort of cleaning it. I propped one side of it up a little, and you can just see how the little 040 is going across it quite easily. 060 maybe, yeah, nice and easy. No problem. And that's the loco that that's the loco that I put the pieces of wire on underneath. So one wheel, the front wheel shall we call them, and the bottom wheel were in contact by the piece of piano wire. So whichever one picked it up, it transferred it to the other one, and it's worked extremely well. Now I also had another point problem, and I shall show you this just now. This was my other problem point. That side worked perfectly, no problem, but this side we had a problem, because every time a loco got to sort of between here and here, it would just stop. Now I checked all the wiring underneath, everything was fine, I couldn't see a fault anywhere, and I just could not understand it. I got one of those electrical measuring devices, and sure enough, power was there, power was there, there was no power there, and there was no power there. So that's obviously where my big problem was. Now, because I use surface mounted points to get the polarity to work properly, I use the Gauge Master frog juicer. Now the beautiful thing about the frog juicer takes the small wire from the frog and 2 wires from the main feed, and it then decides where the polarity is and does it for us. Thank you very much indeed. Now what I did discover was that the small wire from here going onto the frog juicer was dead. So somewhere along the line I had broken or done something silly to that wire. So what I did, I soldered. I'm a terrible solderer, aren't I? But anyway, it's a dodgy place to do it, but I'm not proud of my soldering, but I did it. So the wire is in there now, soldered down through the baseboard. That's now gone to the frog juicer, and it now works absolutely perfectly, as I'm just about to demonstrate. So this is the dodgy point, and now you're going to see that it goes across perfectly. It used to stop there, but now it doesn't even flinch, which is just what I needed. I'm now going to just show you what I do to keep my track a little bit clean. I'm using hardboard. Let me get my bit of hardboard and show you. Okay, so it's a normal piece of hardboard, and just by rubbing it across, it tends to take the top surface off, and that's all I use. Well, I'm very wrong there, sorry. It's not all I use. I do use a spirit as well, pure alcohol. Went shopping on Saturday to a well-known store in Plymouth, begins with M, the second word is S. I think it's Spencer, could be Marks. Anyway, saw this in the sale. It is a rather nice sort of enamel, almost a metal type mug, not to be used in microwaves, but how about that then? Station Master. Now, any of your grandchildren want to buy you something for Christmas, it also comes with notes from the conductor and a small pencil. But look at this price. That's how much it was, £10. In the sale, £4. Not bad, I'm thinking. Nice stocking filler. Every so often a little gem comes along that makes all the difference, and what I've got here, this little gem, is the gangway connectors. Now I've just purchased these and I'm just going to show you how they work. I've got one on that carriage and I've got one on that carriage. And just in case you're wondering, I do have more carriages, but I'm not going to get them out until the layout's in a sensible situation. Now we're just going to bring the loco up. Ginger, ginger. Okay. Okay, right. Now I'm going to take it back. Right, I've just cleared the point there. So this point is a crossover. So I'm going to change the point now. And now what I'm going to do, if I can get far enough away from it, I'm going to push this is now pushing the carriages forwards, okay? So they're going over the crossover. Okay, that's as far as I can go with that because of debris on the line. Okay, so back over the crossover, and now I'm just going to alter my other crossover. So this one here we'll do, and that means we can go across the crossover, and we're also going to go around the a curve at the far end. So here we go again. We're now coming out of the crossover. And now we're just about to go into the next crossover. Okay. And now we are on, just going round a corner. I've got the strap of my camera stuck. Okay. Sorry for the noise. I'm going to stop that. My apologies. I've got the camera stuck and the strap stuck, and it's what a mess. I'm just going to take you back. Because you can also see what the other side looks like. Okay, right, so that was in the mirror. Okay, so that's now going, oh, here we go, sorry, I was in the mirror then. Heater. Yes, it is winter. Okay. Now I'm going to put a bit of speed on it now. Now this is with the engine pushing. And the emergency stop, because we've come across the station master's notebook and other bits and pieces. Right, let's now go back. This is, hold it, stop everybody. We have a derailment, but we don't get the crane out, we get Barry's hand out. There we go. Okay, so again, another emergency stop. So, where did I get them from? This lovely little place here. Fair price models. Instructions, wonderful instructions. Tells you how to do it for close couple or not close couple. Obviously mine are not close couple. And the product itself, you get a bag with them all in the bag, and this is one I mucked up earlier. If I'd read the instructions, it did say only glue the bit with the joint in it. And what did I do? I try and glue the other side, which is wrong. That's the sliding side. So I've mucked one up, but I tell you what, these are very, very well made. I haven't got a problem with these at all. I'm going to buy another set because I've got a couple of rakes of LMS coaches. I've also got a rake of Royal Mail coaches, or GPO coaches as they were back in those days. So there we go. Lovely little firm, lovely little product.